Have you ever noticed that fear doesn't always show up as panic? Sometimes it looks like silence. The meeting where no one speaks up, the leader who stops asking questions, the student who stops raising their hand. And I've seen it, and I've lived it. The silence after the storm, it can be louder than the storm itself. Hey there, my name is David Fung. I'm an executive leadership coach, a former Fortune 500 executive, and I spent more than 23 years inside the tech industry. Now, to understand my idea, I need to give you a little bit of context about what happened in tech over the past few years. For almost a decade, money was easy. Interest rates were near zero, venture capital was flowing. If you had an idea in tech, someone would fund it. Startups grew overnight, and even the biggest companies were hiring faster than they could find desks. Believe me, I lived it. But during the pandemic in 2020, when the world moved online, valuations soared even higher. It felt limitless, like gravity didn't even exist. But then in 2022, gravity returned. As inflation rose, central banks raised interest rates, investors pulled back. The cost of money suddenly mattered again. Stock prices fell, projects froze. Layoffs, they all arrived in waves. And within months, the exact same industry that had celebrated endless growth became a symbol of uncertainty. Believe me, I lived it. I remember walking into the office the morning after one of these major layoffs. 10,000 people were laid off. The people who had lost their jobs were gone. But those who stayed, they looked different. The silence was heavy. People avoided eye contact, creativity shrank, fear filled the space where optimism used to live. That morning, it really changed how I understood leadership. Fear wasn't just an emotion to conquer, it told us we were standing at the edge of change, but most of us didn't know what to do with it. My talk explores that space, the space between fear and action. It's the moment when you know something has shifted, but you don't know yet what comes next. Students feel it. When you graduate, you're in an uncertain job market. Entrepreneurs, like myself, we feel it when investors pull back. Leaders feel it when the path ahead is foggy. Psychology calls this the challenge mindset, the ability to see stress as an energy you can use instead of a threat to avoid. When we change our perception, our body and mind change with it. We think more clearly. Now, when you look at Eastern philosophy, it adds another layer. It teaches that the emptiness of a cup, it's what gives it capacity. It's what makes it useful. In the same way, the pause between fear and action gives us clarity to choose our next step wisely. Here's a simple practice when it comes to fear. When fear shows up, write one sentence that begins with, I am afraid that, then ask 3 questions. What is the worst that could happen? What can I do to prevent it? If it happens, how will I repair it? Now you move from vague anxiety to specific action. Fear loses its fog and energy returns. None of us can control the economy, and every change around us cannot be controlled. If we learn to pause, to stand calmly between fear and action, we discover that stillness is not a weakness, it's strength. It's where transformation begins. Thank you.